The reasons for the coming of the Arabs to the East African coast. It is presented to you by Akankwata Andrew Oba. I'm a teacher at SAD Memorial Secondary School in Kiburara, located in Kasese, found mainly in the western region of Uganda in East Africa. If you like this, you can get in touch with me on Facebook, Akankwata Andrew Oba, Twitter at Andrew Oba 2, website www.andrewoba.wordpress.com, email Akankwata Andrew Oba, or else on WhatsApp at +256 755 499 848. Who were the Arabs? The Arabs were Asians who came in the period between 1000 to 1500 years after the birth of Christ. They were traders mainly who came from countries like Saudi Arabia, Oman, Kuwait, and the entire Asian continent via the Indian Ocean with the help of those. These light-skinned people were Muslims, and we want to look at why they came to East Africa. So the Arabs came to the coast of East Africa first and foremost because they had the desire to trade, and they traded in gold, silver, and slaves, with plates, millers, which they brought to these East African people. There was also the spread for Islam. They had the need to Islamize the East African coast. They really felt there was need to come and spread the word of Allah on the coast of East Africa in the period between 1000 to 1500 AD. Conducive climate was also a driving factor, because mainly they wanted this climate for settlement and agriculture, and they really felt it was suitable for satisfying their needs, and therefore they ended up coming to the coast of East Africa. The presence of monsoon winds also was a driving factor for the Arabs to come to the coast of East Africa. It is worth noting that monsoon winds were always available in the months of April and May, and then October and November. These monsoon winds were used in pushing or facilitating their doors to move on the waters of the Indian Ocean. The existence of good natural harbors also enabled their coming. They came because they were well assured of the good natural harbors where they could anchor their ship, their doors. And internal conflicts was also another driving factor for the Arabs coming to the East African coast in the period between 1000 to 1500 AD. So the internal conflicts were seen between many groups in Saudi Arabia, and most of them came mainly because they had wanted to secure peace. Then political persecutions was also another driving force for the Arabs to make their way to the East African coast. Most of them came as refugees, it is worth noting that the defeated ones, of course, are the ones who made their way to the East African coast. Religious persecutions in Saudi Arabia also made the Arabs to come to the East African coast. There were religious persecutions, especially after the death of Prophet Muhammad, and the defeated ones had to come to secure land as a way of fleeing violence. Then love for adventure. The Arabs wanted to discover more wealth of the East African coastal towns in Malindi, Pemba, Zanzibar, Mafia, Sofara, and so on. So they had to come as a way of tourism. And then also the need for discovering the wealth of the coastal towns at the coastal towns like Malindi, Pemba, Zanzibar, Mafia, and so forth. They came simply because they needed gold, ivory, copper, and so many other items. Then there was also the need to colonize East African coastal towns. They really felt they needed to establish an Arabic empire at the East African coast. Therefore, they had to come. Next is that they needed land. The coastal towns had huge chunks of land which were still virgin. And once these ones saw them, they saw the need for coming and occupying them. Then, last but not least, there was inspiration from the predecessors. It is worth noting that the Arabs who had made their way into the East African territory had really seen pleasant things, so they had to tell stories to those who had remained at home. And in a way, these ones were attracted and motivated to come to the East African coast. Well, if you like this, you can subscribe with us on our YouTube channel. Just hit the comment or share button at the bottom of this video on our YouTube. Or else you can visit our Facebook page, which is Akankwata Andrew Oba, Twitter at Andrew Oba2, email akankwataandrewoba@gmail.com. My website is www.andrewoba.wordpress.com. Or else you can directly get in touch with me on WhatsApp at +256 755 499 848. I thank you and wish you good luck.